let's talk about something we're all looking for, right? Happiness. But what if I told you it's not really something you find, but something you can actually make? What if you could flip a few switches inside your own brain to feel better, like right now? Well, it turns out you totally can. So, let's dive in. You ever have one of those days, or maybe a whole week, where you just feel like your mood is happening to you? You know, like you're just a passenger and someone else has the steering wheel? It's such a common feeling, but I'm here to tell you it does not have to be your reality. And it all starts with this: a simple, handwritten note. It doesn't look like much, does it? But believe it or not, what's written here is basically a user's manual for 4 incredibly powerful chemicals in your brain that run the show when it comes to how you feel. It's proof that we have way, way more control than we think. So let's think of these chemicals as your own personal happiness toolkit. Seriously, they're always with you, right there in your brain, ready to go. You just need to know which tool to grab and, more importantly, how to actually use it. And here they are, the 4 superstars in our toolkit. You've got serotonin, that's for your overall mood; endorphin, your personal pain reliever; dopamine, that's all about reward; and oxytocin for connection and bonding. Each one has a very specific job, and knowing what they do is the first step to putting them to work for you. Okay, let's start with our first pair of tools, serotonin and dopamine. You can think of these two as your internal operations team. Serotonin is kind of like the steady manager, keeping your mood stable, and dopamine is your own personal cheerleader, motivating you to get things done. First up is serotonin, and a perfect way to think of it is as the emotion that controls your mood. This is your stabilizer. It's the chemical that helps you feel calm, confident, and just generally content. When your serotonin levels are good, you just feel more focused and, well, good. So the big question, how do we get more of it? Well, it's actually surprisingly simple. It's all about mindfulness. It could be taking just 1 second to really taste your morning coffee, or feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, just noticing that little moment of satisfaction. And gratitude? Oh, it's a huge one. Actively thinking about what you're thankful for is one of the most surefire ways to give yourself a serotonin boost. All right, next up is dopamine. This one is all about the drive to create new goals. This is your motivation molecule. It's that little buzz of anticipation and satisfaction you get when you're working towards something, and then you actually achieve it. It's the yes feeling. And here is one of the easiest, most satisfying life hacks ever for this. If you want a quick hit of dopamine, write down a few small, achievable goals. And I mean really small, like make the bed or answer that one email. But here's the crucial part. When you do it, you have to physically check it off the list. That little check mark sends a powerful signal to your brain that says, hey, we did it, and bam, you get a lovely, satisfying burst of dopamine. Okay, time to grab the next 2 tools from our kit, endorphin and oxytocin. Now, if that first pair was all about your internal state, your mood and motivation, this next pair is all about your physical well-being and your connection to the world and the people around you. Endorphin is basically your body's own built-in super powerful painkiller. Fun fact, the name literally comes from combining endogenous, which means from inside the body, and morphine. It's what gives athletes that famous runner's high, and it helps all of us push through discomfort, whether it's physical or even emotional. And the best ways to get an endorphin rush are some of the most fun things in life. You know, any kind of physical activity works. A quick walk, a little dance party in the kitchen. But so does a good, hard belly laugh. That means that putting on a funny movie isn't just killing time, it's literally a therapeutic activity for your brain. And that brings us to our 4th and final tool, oxytocin. You've probably heard this one called the love hormone or the cuddle chemical, and for good reason. It's the primary motivator for creating social connections. It's the hormone of trust, empathy, bonding, all the good stuff that makes us feel connected. And boosting this one is all about reaching out. Giving someone you care about a real, genuine hug is one of the best ways. And studies show it releases oxytocin in both of you, which is amazing. Or you could try a random act of kindness. Buying a coffee for the person behind you in line. It doesn't just make their day. That simple act of giving floods your own brain with this wonderful bonding hormone. Okay, so we've met the whole crew. We know our 4 key players, what they do, and a few ways to get them going. Now for the most important part.
how do we actually put all this into action in our real, busy, everyday lives?
This is where it all comes together. Think of it like a simple daily happiness workout. It's just 4 easy steps. 1. Start your day with one small, checkable goal. That's your dopamine. 2. At some point, take a 5-minute break for a quick walk or just watch a funny video. Hello, endorphins. 3. Make a point to connect. Give a hug, send a kind text. There's your oxytocin. And 4. Before you go to sleep, just think of one small win from the day or something you're grateful for. And that's your serotonin. See? It really can be that simple.
And that's really the big idea here, you know? Your mood isn't just some random weather pattern that you have to suffer through. You have a say in the matter. You truly have the power to change how you feel, one tiny intentional action at a time. So I'll leave you with this. You have the toolkit. You have the plan. The only question left is, which one of these happiness hormones are you going to activate first? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.